going on, guys? How's everybody doing on this? Oh, we're right at 4 o'clock on a Monday night, November 6th. Approximately 17 years ago tonight, I was put in the hospital. Didn't get off for 2 weeks. One of them was in a drug-induced coma. I was in bad shape. Flatlined. Right about this time now, 17 years ago, I was at my doctor's office. I had slowly started to go downhill, and I got to the point where I was sick. I had to have my buddy drive me over to my doctor's appointment. It was at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I can't remember which. Got into his office. He looks at me and he's going, "You got a ride?" I go, "Yeah." He's going, "I'm going to call the hospital. I want you to go over to the emergency room right now." Okay. Went out and told my buddy, I go, "You're going to take me over to the hospital," which was the next town over in Norwood. Get over there, went in the emergency room, told them who I was. They took me right away. No waiting, no nothing. They took me right away. And I remember sitting in the emergency room. I think the last time I remember seeing was like 10 past 5 on the clock, and then I don't remember nothing. So yeah, I ended up in the hospital. Not living right, doing wrong things, working hard and playing harder. Yeah, what the fuck? I can say it. I was a functioning cocaine addict. That's what I was. That's exactly what I was, man. Yep, I was a functioning cocaine addict in a toxic relationship. And I can't blame it on that. That's on me. That's a choice. I don't care what anybody says. That's a choice. You can agree or disagree with me, but that's a choice. So that's what I ended up in the hospital for. It must have been an OD or whatever, but it was just a whole bunch of things. Anyway. So the last thing I remember was Monday night, 5:15, 10 past 5. Now, I wake up, I shouldn't say I wake up, they take me out of the coma. Because I guess everything had settled down and shit, you know what I mean? I had tubes in me everywhere, I was hooked up to a fucking, it was a disaster. Anyway, so I hear my mother say, "Do you know what day it is?" I go, "Yeah, it's Tuesday." In the background, I can hear my brother say, "It's Saturday, asshole." And that's exactly what he said. And I was like, "Saturday?" And I'm just like, now I'm starting to think, what the fuck? Yeah. It was fucked. So I cleaned up. I cleaned my life up. Smartened up. Got off the shit. Which wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. After that, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. If fucking shit killed you, if you go back to it, maybe you shouldn't have come back. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So, which brings me to my next build. Christmas is coming. My favorite story is the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol story with Mr. Scrooge, and that's what I'm going to be doing again. We're going to be doing Mr. Scrooge. The reason I like the story so much is because it's a story of redemption. mean, most of you know the story of Mr. Scrooge, and it is a story of redemption. And I think that's what I like it so much, is because you get to redeem yourself. And I think that's what I've done. So, with a lot of help from Mrs. Mack and a lot of friends, and just getting away from other people. And so, yeah. But we're going to be doing this. We're going to start with Mr. Scrooge. I've been looking at a lot of tutorials on doing faces and blush, and there's so many different ways, man. There's just so many different ways. I just don't want him to look like a clown, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna try my best, see what happens. First thing I did not like the way he sat on this, because there was a notch. Where is it? Yeah, there was a notch on the bottom here, and there was a hole up here where the notch fit. But when you sat him on top of this, he was like this, with his you know, that's how he was. And if you look at it when he's straight, it's like he's looking down almost. So I was like, yeah, I don't like that. So I'm gonna put either a brass tube or something in there, and hold him up a little bit straighter, and just a little bit above this base, not much, maybe a half inch to an inch. Either I'm going to use a brass tube or a rod or something, but that's what we're going to be doing next. So, here's the smartening up after 17 years. Christ. I could write a book, man. I could write a book. And nobody would believe half the shit that was in there. Some of the shit I used to do, working, just doing lines and fucking working on water main breaks, and way back in the day when I was a mechanic, getting all fucked up and working on trucks and plowing, and wow. And then not even talking about then going out after work, and being a madman. Jesus. And it caught up to me. It'll catch up to you. It will catch up to you, man. Believe it or not, I have cut way back on. I was a madman with drinking, man. You know, just every day, every night, going out, partying, getting up the next morning, going to work. Always went to work. Always went to work. Always went to work. Like I said, I worked hard and played harder. Yep. I don't know, what a life. That's why if I die now, you know, I got that saying upstairs, I don't want to go in a clean car. I want to show up all banged up, you know, and saying, what a ride, you know what I mean? And I can say that. I can say that, man. What a ride. What a ride. The stories I could tell, man. I'm going to let this go. Me and Mr. Scrooge have work to do. It's another thing. My favorite line in that whole movie is when Molly's ghost shows up. And Mr. Scrooge says, what do you want with me, Jacob? And Jacob goes, much. Peace.